Hello, welcome to the Good Life Meditation for today, March 26th, 2022. I'm Kurt, and this is something that I do every morning to remind myself of my objectives and principles and to see how I'm doing applying them to the day. And boy, am I pooped. Oh my gosh, I need some coffee. I spent a good part of the day in my car, in Miko's car in traffic. I wish I'd taken the motorcycle. I could have reduced a lot of that. I went to Pasadena to visit some coworkers from my Ventura days to have lunch. We had such a fine lunch together. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed that. They're good people. And then after that, I went and had found the place where Eddie and Alex Van Halen marked their names, the name Van Halen, in wet concrete in 1976 on the sidewalk there in Pasadena. Made a little video and sent that to Jim Mully in Japan, big Van Halen fan. And then I went to what is it called? Romer's, I can't pronounce it, bookstore. One of the last independent bookstores here in LA. And I got a copy of the Bible. I was looking for a nice King James edition. I've got a beautiful, my main Bible is my NIV over there. And I have an online version of the King James. And so I read, it's another routine I do immediately after doing the Good Life. I read one chapter on the Bible every day. And so I read a King James, the online King James, and then I have the real NIV. And I wanted a real nice King James as well. So I've got that, and it's right there. Can't wait to dig into that. And it's got a good section for notes as well. Because the NIV is good, but I like many believers, they prefer the King James for it. Just has a kind of a ring to it. It reads like Dr. Johnson. Can you imagine if, now Johnson had been a very pious man, can you imagine if Johnson had translated the Bible or edited it in some way? Edit isn't the right word. Translate, which he could have. He spoke Greek, yeah, or anything, and read Greek. Anyway, so I did that. I've got that up on the shelf now. And then when I came back, there was a bad traffic accident, really bad. I mean, fortunately, I don't think anybody was hurt. I didn't see any ambulances, but full car engulfed in flames. Some fishermen coming back from a day of fishing, or going to a fishing trip. Anyway, they were left just with their fishing poles. The highway patrol, I had never seen highway patrol doing that. It seemed to be loading them up to take them somewhere when I finally reached there. But I was an hour and a half sitting still on the freeway while that fiery wreck was removed. I don't know if it was a wreck, because all I saw was the burnt, scorched earth, and I saw the smoke. And like I said, I never saw any ambulances. But it was so bad, so long, in rush hour, that people were turning around and going backwards on the freeway to leave through, go out through the inn door, as Prince would say. Oh, and I saw one guy, speaking of serious, talking about serious road rage, the Feast of Offal, right? Getting so upset. There was one guy, next lane over, who, two things were happening. People were turning around and going back. That was happening at an exit, at an on-ramp. People come up to a U-turn and go down the on-ramp. And they were meeting cars coming up the on-ramp. You could hear the horns. That was interesting, dangerous, and wow. But what really was interesting was a little further on, we started moving a little bit, and there was a guy. The people were passing in the lane at the side of the road, or not really lane, the shoulder, right? They were going along the shoulder, and I guess they would get up near the front, and insert themselves in somehow, force themselves in. And there was the guy that had enough, and he was the next lane over. And he got over on the shoulder with his car and was using his car it was like a NASCAR driver in front of a line of cars. He wouldn't let anybody through. Boy, was he pissed. Excuse me. And he was making other people pissed too. That was an example of the Feast of Offal, which is one of my principles. When the wholesale upset that throw out into the world. And I came by the time I got home, I wasn't feeling so good, and I still don't feel so good. I don't know if I have COVID. I don't think so, but my throat is sore. I'm kind of feeling a little under the weather. Maybe I picked something up. I don't think I picked it up yesterday. That wouldn't have been enough time, but someplace maybe. Anyway, let's do the good life. Because I'm not feeling so hot, I'm going to do another lightning round. There's more to talk about. No. I'll save some of that for tomorrow, maybe. There we go. 7 objectives. Number 1 is to be always ready to die. Number 2 is to make good and effective use of time. 3 is to develop and maintain good and sound life principles. 4 is to cultivate good emotional reactions. 5 is to perform good actions. 6, to recognize true limits and true opportunity. And 7, to do just one thing at a time, and to do that thing slowly. Let me enlist the aid of my board here. I seem to be having a hard time getting all 30 of the principles. That's a lot, so I'm going to do a little check as I go. Here we go. 30 of them. Principle number 1 is principle of war. Principle of reason. Homunculus. Anchorhold. Purpose. There's 5. I missed something, didn't I? I did. War, reason, homunculus, Anchorhold, home of good and evil, purpose, home of good and evil, purpose is number 6. That's right. After purpose comes atomic principle, nature, principle of nature, the pirate ride, maturity. That's 10. After maturity comes the social principle, public speaking, temperance, the horror show, that which must be borne, the Feast of Offal, why do I feel like I'm about to stumble? Distraction, agency in the great indifference, it comes out so much easier when I do it slowly. I don't know why I'm struggling. The great indifference. Well, I guess it is. The next one is it's right there. It's right there. Come on. The best seat in the house. The Path of Wildness. That's 20. The risk of avoiding risk. Sin and Damnation, Complete Oblivion, Great Life Adventure, The Season of Philosophy. Five more. I might be okay. The Bullseye Aim, Uphill Climb, Arena and Utility, Nothing is Enough, and The Principle of Fun. 30. Okay. So I can do it. Let's plan for the day. Whew, like I said, I'm worn out. As soon as I'm done with this, I'll fire up the computer. I have one email that I need to send out. I sent yesterday was a day off, but I sent an important email out in the morning, and I got a response. So I want to respond to that. Oh, yeah. I think I'll settle down and do some reading. I've got to do my house cleaning, but I'll start that a little later. Got some other things I want to do too. Leave it at that. Boy, a short one today. I should take it easy. I should get some rest. It's that time. It's that season. Take care. Have a good day. Be safe, but not too safe.